City of Demons contains potentially triggering content including forced captivity, harsh language, and weapons. Please listen with discretion. Greetings, programs. In our last episode, Eric turned off the grid so that Gwen and Brett could interface directly with the central processing unit. Now, they must enter the memory bank to retrieve Pseudo, the highest access program in the system. This is City of Demons. Episode 12, Lone Wolf.
Are we back in the apartment?
You're back at the IO gate.
Oh, right. That's where we were. Sorry, it's just really disorienting.
And Flo is there, and it's like, did it work?
Do you notice anything different? Did anything happen here? Because we were successful.
And she's like, yeah, things kind of, went back to the state that I'm used to existing in. And while you all were doing that, I got some more information about Pseudo, where Pseudo's being kept.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
All of a sudden, you kind of like hear coming from your desk. Hello? Did it work?
Eric, can you hear us in real time?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow, okay.
This is amazing.
I'm glad it's amazing for you. It was very strange for us.
Yeah, I have to imagine. What was it like?
You ever been in an isolation tank?
No, I can't say that I have.
You ever done transcendental meditation?
Maybe once or twice.
Probably, if that's your answer, you probably haven't.
Have you ever done shrooms and watched the end of 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Oh yeah, now that I've done.
Yeah, that, but without visuals.
That sounds really weird.
Okay, what can we do to help things on your end? Other than just carrying on, we're gonna get that level 4 identity disc.
From Pseudo?
Yeah.
So what is it you're trying to do exactly?
Okay,
Well,
right, we didn't...
Flo told us that we need to get up to level 5 access.
So that she can get in
To the
to
MCP.
contact the MCP and interface with it and destroy it.
Yeah, so we need to get to Pseudo to scan their identity disk to get level 4 clearance so that we can then finally contact Crypto, get Crypto's level 5 clearance, and then Flo takes on the MCP, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think that all makes sense.
Okay, well, then we've got some information on where Pseudo is from you, some new information from Flo that we don't know yet, and so I guess just reach out and contact us, because this is fast, this is wild. Okay, it's a big change.
Yeah.
I guess, do you got a bird's eye view of the whole situation? I guess just give us a heads up if you see anything happening coming our way, and see what you can do to stop the MCP from doing anything in the meantime, if anything, even if it just means putting roadblocks in its way.
Yeah, you got it.
Ugh.
I think that helped significantly. The traffic that is going out to those servers has dropped significantly. It's going to take him a lot longer now, or take it a lot longer to do whatever it was trying to do.
Cool. Okay, perfect. Well then, we succeeded in delaying something. Hopefully not our untimely demise.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, hopefully, yes, that.
Delaying our demise is good.
Yes.
And no matter what.
From happening to not happening. That's how much we're delaying it.
Right.
Okay.
unless we move to phase 2, which is turning everything down.
All right. Okay, so at this point, do you want to head back to Flo's to kind of plan your move into the memory bank here? Okay.
Yeah, and we'll hear what information she has, and
Yeah, I suppose on the way there's room to talk, like, en route. It's good to be somewhere secure and safe. I definitely, especially after being so slow, I do want to talk to Flo about being fast, because especially after everything that happened in the arena, I'm feeling really insecure about my ability to do anything except stumble over my own words, and would like to see about potentially getting a function upgrade that could make me a bit more, let's say, acrobatic.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so you get back to where you're talking en route, and so you're wanting to find a function that will make you more acrobatic.
Yeah, I want to be able to, like, actually have an opportunity to, like, when I need to move, when I need to do physical stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm more than just strong and can take a beating. I can, like, actually. I've got some aspirations of myself that I haven't really, I guess. If I was living my fullest fantasy, I would be able to, do a jump kick like she jump kicked me.
Sure.
But I cannot.
Right. Well, let's see. She already tried to pass the Tron function to you, didn't she?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think she tried that and it wouldn't work for some reason. She wasn't able to do that. But she basically just says, well, we can copy a function from any program. It really is just a matter of finding one that has what you're looking for. So,
Flo's. Why can't we all be as good as Flo in terms of any physicality or anything?
I think that's all the Tron function.
That's all Tron function?
Well, I mean, Flo has her, base level stats just like you all do.
But if her base level stats are better than what Gwen has,
right? Like, she has 4D in reflexes and 4D in coordination, and then she has the Tron function on top of that that gives her a boost to those.
That's better than both of us on reflexes and coordination.
Yeah, but her knowledge is only 2, and her perception's only 2.
My knowledge is only 2.
Yeah, huh.
It's like I can't lose. Like whatever, just transfer over whatever we got.
Yeah, but I mean, she definitely is more weighted towards those physical stats. So
yeah, I don't need Tron ability. I just would like to be able to kick things. But whatever. If that's not something she can separate, like if she can't separate those things from the main programming to being doing the Tron function, then we'll figure something out.
You just got to find the right program. Figure out what the right program is.
Yeah. So where would we find a program that has good reflexes?
The Coliseum?
Possibly. Probably be one hanging out around there somewhere.
Well, wouldn't Devil just call Devil for a favor? Because how does he not have good reflexes? If he's champion of the Coliseum.
I mean, you've seen him. He's big. He's strong. He can punch. He can shoot. But I need to flip. That's what I need.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you only have one function so far that just gives you a straight point increase to a value, right? So everything else is all different abilities of putting people to sleep or reversing gravity or pulling bits from things. They're different abilities that are not necessarily just straight stat boosts.
But I need I've got grav shift, but I need something else so I can really just get that whole Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling situation under control. I need that.
You mean Fred Astaire?
No, I mean Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, you all could probably just spend some time walking around casually touching programs until you find what you're looking for.
His handshaking everybody. Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Go function shopping.
Just go down the street enthusiastically asking for high fives. Just like
Go down to the tavern, the watering hole, and throw out like a 1 kilobit cube, and whoever's the quickest to catch it, steal their functions.
I just feel like, you know.
Is there an aerobic studio?
Right. Well, where do we find a ninja in the grid? You know, like
you don't find a ninja. Period. That's the problem. That's the problem with ninjas.
Is there a directory?
A directory?
Yeah, some kind of directory we can access.
Eric might be able to help you out with that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call up Eric real quick and be like, hello,
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a program that has extremely fast, let's say, for lack of a better word, reflexes. The kind of program that can metaphorically backflip around other programs.
Can you find an emulator for Shinobi or Ninja Gaiden?
Let's see here.
Or Bad Dudes? I'll settle for Bad Dudes. Double Dragon. Fuck it, Mario Bros. Give me them boots.
I think I may have found what you're looking for. There's a program called Loop that exists down on the games grid. And that program has some of the parameters of it, I think, are maybe what you're looking for.
Outstanding. Thank you, Eric. Okay. Interesting. Well, then let's get back to Flo's apartment, strategize, and then see about what errands we need to run to make this thing happen.
All right, so you get back to Flo's, and so Flo kind of fills you in on what she learned about the memory bank where Pseudo is being kept. So this is a place where, you know, programs are stored. That's, you know, you already knew about that. It has 5 levels to it, and in addition, a lower level. The first level is kind of like the check-in post and has like guards that are stationed at the gate there. And when you come up and approach them, you will have to give them reason why you're there, like essentially inform them of, you know, what you're there to do. And then once you're inside, the second level contains lower priority programs that are only brought out when they are needed. There is a elevator that you can take from the lower level all the way up for 2. Once you get to the second level, you have to walk across a long hallway and then take a staircase up to the 3rd level. On the 3rd level is where they contain little bit higher security programs. Here, there is another guard post, and you have to authenticate yourself as having a request from a user or a demon in order to get past this point. And there's 2 guards that are stationed there. After walking across the hallway, you can take another staircase up to the 4th level. And here, these would be the highest priority programs that you would be able to have access to by default. You can access this one from a staircase on level 3, and it contains an armored guard post. The guards there have rifles, and there's dedicated memory storage for them. So if they had to go into storage while they were there, then they would be able to do that. And then finally, the 5th level contains the highest priority programs, and it can only be accessed by an elevator taken from the 4th floor guard station. And only users or the MCP has access to those programs, and only with level security 3 clearance. So there's a guard station on that level that is similar to the guard station on level 4, except that it is protected by a wall and has a slot for you to place your identity disc inside. And then once you're authenticated, the doors will open and allow you to go inside.
Wow.
Couldn't we just blow a hole in the wall? Like, and parachute in, you know?
Well, there's 2 issues with that. One is that if you were to blow a hole in the wall and release a powerful program that was not controlled, it could potentially crash the system. And the second issue is just those walls are incredibly strong.
I mean, any program that's in there, why would the MCP keep a program in there that if it got out, it would just cause that much mayhem and not just erase it?
Well, because these programs that are stored here are necessary for certain system functions.
Oh, necessary. Oh,
They're
okay,
just
I gotcha.
not used all the time or willy-nilly.
Especially because memory is a premium right now.
Yeah. Well, it sounds easier to figure out a way to get them to voluntarily bring Pseudo out than for us to get in through multiple levels of open up and up and up and up and up the stairs and up the stairs and check in here and do that there. Like our fake discs would have to be so fucking good. We would just walk into the MCP and shut it down from the inside.
And that is true, but forgery and makeup are my specialities, and you're an actor.
Yeah. But the greatest performance in the world won't fix a something if we don't have clearance for it. These are computers, you know. I'm not fooling.
Right.
I'm not talking my way out of a ticket on you know on the freeway. I'm you know walking into where they're keeping the Unabomber. You know, like they're not gonna let me walk in no matter how good I talk.
Well, it said that only, you know, a request from the MCP or from a user could give you clearance access to those programs. Eric's a user.
Yeah, if Eric can do that. What would it take? So in theory, he could just say, "Hey, these programs I'm a user. These programs need access. Let them in," and then we walk in.
Yeah, I think so.
Marching into the detention area wasn't what I had in mind.
Well, gotta get in to get out. We definitely need to have a contingency plan, because I think it's really possible that we could get all the way in there and the MCP finds out and pulls some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
if a user brings us in and we have a valid reason,
the real problem is getting out.
I'm not saying we do this. This is just a big question. Is it possible? We've changed our appearance with like clothing and stuff like that. Is it possible to change Flo's appearance?
Yeah.
Could we change her face?
What's wrong with her face?
Nothing. I'm just saying. In theory. So, and this is why I'm asking. If we were in a situation where Crypto shows up or someone from the MCP shows up and we're standing next to Flo and they're like, "Who the fuck is that?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know." You know, it's like if we can disguise Flo so that if we're caught with the MCP, she looks like a guard or something. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they won't fall for it. But just so that she doesn't stand out.
Well, I suppose the real issue is her identity disk, because no one knows that she's the virus.
Right. If they just scan the disk, then they'll know.
Right. But if we're able to create a convincing forgery that could, say, fit over the top of the other one, or just like show falsified data, we'd be okay. And considering that she's effectively like, well, I guess she's not a Trojan file, but like, you know, we could essentially like, you know,
she's a virus.
Make her a Trojan file.
I mean, she's a virus if we mask her and then bring her in, and then if shit hits the fan, she does her thing.
Yeah. And maybe...
Are we just making her Chewbacca, and we're gonna, you know, pretend to walk in there with her and be like...
You're continuing to make the comparison, and you know what? In the end, they still got the princess out, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. That's, you know... That's one plan that I don't have to think up. You know, that's... I guess the question is it better for Eric to give us, air quotes, permission to go in, or do we sneak in our own way?
I guess I turn to Flo and ask, if a user gave us permission to be somewhere, would that be on record to the degree that the MCP would know about it? How do we get eyes off of us so no one realizes what we're doing, or that access, or the people we don't want to find out don't find out that we're accessing someone in some place we shouldn't be?
The only way that I could think would be to conceal your identity in some way.
Okay.
So we fake it.
So Eric can send us somewhere, but it won't be clear that it's us.
Right.
And what kind of a program is pseudo?
She kind of like looks up at her board with the question mark written around it. I don't know.
Eric, what kind of a program is this pseudo? Do you know?
As far as I can tell, it is a program that has the ultimate authority over the system. I was looking at the record logs of when it's accessed, and it seems like it's only brought out whenever there needs to be an update made to the MCP, which would explain why it has the level of access that you need.
Wow. Would it be possible do you think it would be possible to bypass level 5 altogether if we had access to this thing, or?
I'm not sure. I think it's probably... I don't think it's so much like a hierarchy as just 5 different padlocks on the door that you have to open.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well then, I guess we just need to figure out, like, I'll tell Eric, here's what we're planning to do. We need your authorization to send us somewhere, but we need to not be us. So we're going to try to fake that.
Can you fake it? Can you fake me to look like Crypto?
Oh, shit. Yes, I can.
Yep, you could.
If Crypto has access to, you know what I'm saying? Like, Crypto's got that level 5, and Pseudo has level 4.
And it might not
Crypto
look strange to the MCP
Right.
if the MCP knew that Crypto was going to get Pseudo for some reason.
Right.
And also to lock up 2 other programs, because they're consuming too much memory.
Dangerous programs.
Minesweeper and Ski Free, they don't need to be out here.
It's hardly suspicious. Ski Free, haven't seen you in several cycles. Well, you know.
Minesweeper, we never know what you're doing behind those sunglasses.
I never understood you, Minesweeper.
I was just reflecting on how I've never understood that game.
All right, so is your plan here to conceal yourself as... So you want to dress up Brett to look like Crypto, and you want to dress up Flo and Gwen to look like 2 other programs.
Yeah, 2 stormtroopers, 2 grid stormtroopers as my bodyguards.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Thank you for being sensible.
Yeah.
And you want Eric to modify your identity discs or code in some way to
If
give
he
you
can,
the appropriate level of access to that?
whatever he can do.
Yeah.
As far as he can take it.
Yeah, we need a very convincing lie.
And I need to know what weak spots are in the lie. If he's just like, well, you're going to look like this, and you have the ID disc, but don't actually use it, or like
we
whatever.
all know that Crypto's level 5, but you're going to be level 4, and there's nothing we can do about that.
Well, I'm level 3. What are you talking about? We're trying to get level 4.
Exactly.
So,
that's
that's the thing.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So I think what can happen here is Eric can imprint upon your disc saying that you should have access to this, that you are in fact Crypto, you're the MCP's, servant or whatever, deputy, and you're coming here to get Pseudo. And so this is something they're used to seeing. They're used to seeing Crypto come in and get Pseudo for these things. And it wouldn't be highly unusual for this to be happening. And so you just have to go in and be convincing. Act. What would Crypto do?
WWCD.
Constantly look like an expression that someone had farted.
It feels like you could probably do this.
Yeah, and we know where Pseudo is, so I can act like I know where I'm going.
Cool. All right, well then, I've got some rolls to make. Now, I don't know how much I need to roll forgery or not, but if I need to, like, augment discs or other things,
If
I
you
can
do that, I can work on disguise, because I
But-
have a good disguise.
Well, and I've also got disguise and other related things, so,
Yeah, I would say it's just a disguise roll for each of you to see how convincing your disguises are. And then,
okay.
um,
I have 7D disguise.
Well, then, if you got 70 disguise, you disguise me.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my job.
And
Brett.
then I'll try to disguise you and Flo.
I'll disguise myself.
Can you? Well,
Of course I can.
If you're not looking at yourself, how do you know?
I don't know. All right,
Go for it. Just do it.
check
Do
me.
it. Do it.
26 for Brett.
yeah, you made him look like a schmarmy asshole.
And
No, the schmarmy asshole. That's the.
tweaking with the wrench. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. I may have embellished a little bit, but I think it'll make you even more imposing to the to the
Nice.
schmucks guarding this.
Just crypto. Got to look like crypto, not just some schmuck.
Okay, and now I'm making Flo look like a generic little guard program.
Okay.
But the kind, like
The kind that would be with me.
Yeah, both of us like
Yeah.
elites. We're
Yeah.
she and I are both gonna have matching elite fighter outfits, and we're gonna look cool, but convincing. Whatever. If I've seen anything else that matches this, then we do it. So let's see. We've got a good base here. 15, 28.
Okay. Yep. You managed to make her look like an elite guard.
You gonna do me, Brett? Hand in the wrench.
Yeah, I guess just because I figure I'll just do a baseline, and if it's bad, which I don't know why it would be bad, but if it is bad, then
I already did Flo, so just match that.
not as good. But let's see. At least, yeah, you're probably gonna want to add some because that's just 16.
Well, I rolled a bad wild die, but it's a great roll otherwise for this touch-up. 30, but bad.
You're going at it, and you make yourself look convincingly like an elite guard. However, as you're working with it, all of a sudden the wrench cracks and breaks apart in your hand.
Yeah, we'll get another one.
There was a big pile of them.
Yeah, we get
When
another one.
maybe we can find another one. Shit. Okay.
It's a wrench. We'll get another one.
Great. But the question remains, like, do we have, like, what work do I need to do in terms of forgery with our discs, or is Eric doing all the heavy lifting on that?
Well, I think Eric was going to take care of that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well then, all right. We'll pick up another one when we can. In the meantime, we gotta get ourselves upgraded so we can actually pull this job. Which means we need to be outfitted with the appropriate weapons and that function.
I assume that was part of the disguise. Like whatever they're supposed to carry, we carry. Whether they're probably not functional.
I mean, I can make props, yes.
Yeah.
Though, but if things go south, we're gonna need the real things. We can only carry in what we take with us. So we could maybe like if a baton and the rifle are suitable, then fantastic. But if for some reason we feel that we need something different to be convincing about this, then that's what we'll do.
I mean,
I'll
it's
defer to
just
Flo.
you have weapons. It's not like the guards are issued a specific type or anything. I mean, you carry what you want to carry. It's what are these lesser guards? Who are they to question you?
Then it's not a concern.
Yeah.
All I got to worry about now is figuring out where Loop hangs out
Okay.
and the game's grid.
The game's grid. Yeah. So,
And Brett, you want any upgrades in particular that we could look for, or functions?
I'll take whatever we can get. It's like I won't say no to anything really. It's just I don't know. Other than shooting better. I mean, I already shoot pretty good, but like anything I can do better, I'll take.
I mean, you have already you've proven yourself that you can.
Those were really good rolls, though. It wasn't just like, whatever. Like there's a lot of 6s and 5s.
You stepped in and you kicked a lot of ass by default.
But I won't say no to any upgrades, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
If we find, oh yeah, you want to do a backflip? Yes, whatever. I don't care. Give me whatever. Like whatever I can add, I'll upgrade.
All right. So, do you want to head over to the game grid so
Yes,
that you can
please.
find? All right. You head over to the game grid, and this is a place that doesn't appear to have a whole lot going on. It looks like it was at one time very active, used a whole lot, but it seems like it doesn't get as much use as it once did. It has some of the basic games that Incom includes with Incom OS sort of, setup. It has their light cycle grid area where programs could play that, and it has the like the discs arena, like the concentric circles going in, but you don't see anyone using it currently. And it appears almost as if this place is abandoned.
Empty tables for solitaire.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. They're trying to shift memory around. They don't need this stuff.
Yeah.
Do I see anybody, or is it all completely vacant?
No,
Abandoned?
it appears to be abandoned. You just you don't see anyone. You could just walk in and...
Hello? Loop?
Ski free? If that fucking Yeti shows up, I'm fucking running. Should have thought twice about yelling out for Ski Free to show up. Don't know what form it'll take.
Yeah. So you're kind of walking around and you're calling out Loop specifically.
Yeah.
And you hear a whistle, and you look up and you see a program that is standing on top of a pillar, pretty high up. And he kind of starts to leap back and forth between two, jumps across on another rooftop, and slides down and kind of just lands on the ground.
Yes.
Next to you.
Yes. I want that. Yes. Hello.
And he's
Hi.
like, hi, I'm Loop. You're looking for me?
I am.
What do you want?
I'm Gwen X. This is Rev X. This is Flo, and we heard you are the most agile program that there is, and we just wanted to see you in action. I get close to them.
Flo, don't be impolite. Shake the gentleman's hand.
He kind of looks back and is like, I'm afraid there's not much action here these days.
Well, maybe we could turn up the heat.
You
Do you want to play a game?
I'd love to.
Okay. Come on in. He invites you to go in onto the games grid with him. What kind of game are you looking to play? Did you want to, do some of this, I don't know what they call it, the concentric circle game, the discs game with the ball and the catchy glove thing?
Let's try Simon Says.
Did you want to do a light cycle race? What are you in the mood for? What strikes your fancy?
Do you have any rhythm games?
Rhythm games? Like music?
Probably a foreign concept in 1997.
No, there was, I think there was Drumscape, one of those ones. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's Parappa.
Rappa, yeah.
That might have been 98. I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Do you have any music games, Loop?
Music games? You know what? There was one. I think it was a part of Winamp, but it's something they don't carry around with them. But I think they got the setup for it back here.
It's called Pop It.
And yeah, it's something that they would play you could play while they're doing their music thing or something. Does that make sense at all? Like they play music, and then there'd be like these lines like popping up and stuff, and you'd have to like, jump in between them and
sure, yeah,
and shoot targets and things.
Shoot targets, okay. Yeah, sure. We'll give it a spin. We'll give it a spin.
Like, Gwen, what you?
I'm just trying to I don't know, I'm looking at Flo so we can
shake his hand and get the shit
I'm just
done.
but I get close to this guy and see how close he'll let me get without him moving away.
He seems pretty comfortable with you. He's like enthusiastic. He's enthused that someone is coming here showing interest in playing games.
Yeah. And I say, I put my arm around his shoulder and I'm like, actually, what's your favorite game? Hi, and I see if I can can I absorb the power? Is that possible?
No, you don't do that.
No, that's why I said Flo. That's why I said Flo. Don't be rude. Shake his hand.
Yeah.
And then you walk off. Let's play a game. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm just engaging in conversation, and Flo.
Flo walks up, and she kind of like, oh, Gwen. Oh, she's not a games program. She's just, she's very interested, but she doesn't know how this works. And Flo puts her hand around Loop's back, and you see kind of the energy transfer occur. And she's like, Loop, would you like to demonstrate for us how this game works? And then, maybe we'll see if it's something that we can do too. And he's like, yeah, absolutely, 100. And so he goes over and he walks over to a little boom box that's there, and he's like, Winamp, let this here for me. And he starts to play it, and you see there's these bars, a visualization of the song that's playing. And they're popping these targets up into the air, and he takes his disc out and he's throwing them, and he's hitting the targets as they pop up into the air. And so while he's doing that and demonstrating this game, Flo kind of backs up and holds her hands up, and I'll just kind of high five him.
Yeah.
And
cool.
All right, so Flo transfers to you a function that boosts your reflexes by 2D if you have it installed.
Cool. Fan-freaking-tastic. That would put me up to 4D on any acrobatic stuff, which would be great.
And you can find a procedural shift station around. And you can find a procedural shift station around if you want to go ahead and swap that out. So.
Cool. Well, I guess unless Loop is presenting any kind of compelling argument, I'm gonna have to disappoint the poor guy. Our user's calling us. So sorry, Loop. We'll be...
Rain check.
It was so great to meet you. So sorry. We'll be back.
It's really a shame. Please, come back and play some games. I
think we know a couple other programs who might want to join us next time, right? Right, Gwen? We'll bring some other programs.
Yeah.
And we'll make a group thing.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Think of a big group game that'd be fun. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll bring Glitch, and we'll bring the El Diablo.
Wow, a nice big party. Okay. So,
broke that program's heart.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just like that squirrel in Sword in the Stone.
Oh my gosh.
That was legit one of the saddest fucking things.
Fucking ruined me.
I remember thinking all right, well at the end is he gonna come back? Just
forever
sad
alone.
fucking awful. I hate you for making me remember it now. Why?
I hate Wart for breaking her heart.
Well, what was he supposed to do? He had to go back to be, King of England.
Live a happy life as a squirrel.
Have Merlin turn her into a person.
Is that
beyond Merlin's powers?
I feel like that would I don't know. That's a lot of I don't know. I get it. Wart was uncomfortable being a squirrel, but she was very comfortable being a squirrel. So turning her into a human,
That's probably
that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Or a romantic comedy waiting to happen.
Go Nuts. The name of the movie.
anyway. Now that
he's the future king of England. She's just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
late one night when we were all extremely stoned, that's something that we pitched to each other as a student film. We never made it.
What? Really? Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Oh,
us,
okay. Yeah.
Gwen,
Gotcha.
Gwen and Brett. But we did write an outline.
Yeah.
Let's get to that port procedural shift station, and I am going to. I'm gonna. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. I'm gonna ditch memory reclamation and do grav shift and reflexes.
Okay.
And I'm thinking similarly, if I get rid of memory reclamation, except.
Yes, I suppose if I had the wrench, then it would be stupid for me to ditch memory reclamation because I'm so good at making stuff or fixing stuff.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna do reverse gravity and the reflex boost. Just going pure instinct, not trying to reason it out.
You know, well, if you're doing that, then I should let you do that. I will keep the reflexes because I need them, and go with the
memory reclamation?
ditch grav shift and do the memory reclamation, and then incentivize. We have to get a wrench, because it's the only way that my real life superpowers can do anything in this landscape.
Right.
So you head to the memory bank. All right, you arrive outside, and there's a check post. There's 2 guards that are stationed outside. Both of them are sitting behind heavy turrets. And then a third program is standing up above the gate behind a protective glass barrier. And as the 3 of you approach, through a microphone, the program addresses you and says, "Programs, state your business."
This is Crypto. I have an urgent directive to converse with Pseudo.
Very well. Kind of, you step forward, and a scan goes up and down over you. Identity verified. Welcome. Gate opens up, and you are allowed to enter.
Yep. Walking in like I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. And so you probably feel pretty uncomfortable with how grim this place kind of is. Very just sterile and lots of right angles and hard surfaces and things. I mean, that kind of describes this whole place, honestly. So once you get inside, you see that there is an elevator that you can get into, and you remember this from the description as well.
Yeah, level 5.
Yep. So,
which is the top floor, right?
Well, this elevator can only take you up to level 2, so it can go from the lower level through level 2.
You got to get through all these different
right.
checkpoints.
But our destination is top floor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you go into the elevator and you hit the button to go up to 2.
I think one of them hits the button. I don't do anything.
Of course, sir.
You press the button, the elevator goes up, and the doors open, and you step out. And as you're walking down this corridor, down this hallway, you see that there are doors that are off to the left and to the right. And in front of each one is a little terminal window. And the terminal window displays some information about the program that is contained in there. And so on the second level, you see examples of programs that appear here would be like Who and Echo and Sort. And you don't see any guards on this level, but down at the end, the other end of the hallway, is a door that opens to a stairwell.
I open the door for the illustrious Crypto, and
Crypto goes, ugh. And then like walks through. but you know, we've agreed beforehand. It's all
your
an
method.
act.
I know your method.
Yeah.
Sure. So you walk through here, you go up the stairs, and you go up to the 4th level. And now here there is a, let's see here. No, I'm sorry, you go up to the 3rd level. Yeah. And so now down at the other end of this level, there's another guard post. And there are 2 guards there with spears. And as you're kind of walking down this hallway, you see that there are programs like Touch and Make Directory and Split. And as you kind of approach, the guards instruct you to stop, and they ask you to identify yourself.
Crypto, servant in the MCP, seeking access to level 5, ultimately seeking access to the level 5 for speaking with Pseudo. Out of character, I'm asking, am I being asked to present my ID disc, or
so they ask you for your disc to verify your identification.
Casually, no big deal.
So they, flip it up, the little hologram appears on or whatever, and it says that you are Crypto. And so they hand it back and allow you to pass on. So you get you take the stairs up to the 4th level now. And again, same situation, another long hallway. And there's a guard post down at the end of this one. And just beyond the guard post, you see another elevator that will take you up to 5. And this guard post is behind an enclosed wall with, protective glass on it. And there's a little slot for you to slide your identity disc into. Mm-hmm. And so, at this point, what's that? Yeah, Eric.
I said, come on, Eric.
At this point, the programs don't even say anything. The walls just kind of closed off, and they're just like waiting for you to slide your identity disc into you.
Right. And I do.
Okay. And after you slide your identity disc, there is a pause for a moment. And you hear like a...
And then nothing?
There's kind of an uncomfortable silence.
I will wait as long as I have to for Crypto demands his disc in due time. But
Flo kind of like looks at you a little uneasily. Like, do you think there's a problem?
I'm not going to act like there's a problem. I won't even.
Okay.
I don't even turn around to look at them. I'm just waiting.
Seems like they're having some trouble with it. But then they turn back around and they kind of nod at you and they slide the disc back through the slot again, and the gate opens up for you to go through.
As we're passing them, I want to roll my perception or my let's say
know-how,
either know-how or streetwise, to get a sense of whether or not we've been made and they're faking it.
Let's just do straight perception.
Okay. God damn it. God fucking damn it. I'm getting a new dice this time. 12, but bad.
Okay. You can't really get a read on these folks.
They got helmets on.
But as you kind of like hesitate and look back, you catch the eyes of one of the guards, and he kind of squints at you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And I whisper, everybody keep your wits about you.
And some of the examples of the programs that were here on the 4th level would be like MV, Shred, and Sync. And then there's finally the elevator to go up to the 5th floor. And you get into that, and you press the button to go up to the 5th floor. And when this floor opens up, this floor is not as large as the other one is. There's not as many rooms here, and there's no guard station that you can see. And you walk along, and you check some of the screens that are in front of the doors, and you see CH Mod is one, RM is one, and Shutdown is another one. And then finally, at the end of the hallway, you see a terminal that has the name Pseudo displayed on it.
Okay, we'll approach that one. Are there guards in front of that one, or is it just like
there's no guards here?
Okay.
Do you activate the terminal?
Yeah, I'm guessing if I just start How do I put my hands on it? How do I
Yes.
activate it? Like,
yeah, you
okay.
kind of like put your hands on it to like wake it up.
Okay. Well, so yeah, let's see what options.
So I'm going to paste something in the terminal output window here for you. So this is what you see.
Okay, terminal output, program name sudo, alias Jeffrey Franklin, status reclamated, version 1.0, last update December 12th, 1981. The fuck is Jeffrey Franklin?
One way to find out.
There is one way to find out, so I message Eric, who is Jeffrey Franklin?
I have no idea.
Yeah, can you Yahoo that or
Yeah, I'll see what I can find out.
we'll wait.
And why would sudo have an alias as Jeffrey Franklin? Is that a username? I'm so confused. Do we see any options for for letting him out?
So, okay, I think I found something. It looks like Jeffrey Franklin was an employee of Incom that suddenly disappeared one day. Nobody knows whatever happened to him.
Well, sounds like he got assimilated by the Borg.
Wait, you think this guy's a program? I mean, a user like us?
Yeah, let's see. This guy's been in here. He disappeared. An employee of Encom disappears, just like we disappear. He's been in here for this long. Does that?
Yeah, I mean, but like, if I got put in this hole, would it say alias Gwendolyn Carver? I mean, like,
You're not an employee of Encom. If he had a login, was that his screen name? Was that his login? We'll find out. I mean, until we see otherwise, I'm assuming the presumption. It's wrong to assume, but I'm assuming that he's a user, a person who got sucked in like us.
only one way to find out.
Yeah,
All right. So you want to open the door on it?
yeah. I'll motion for Gwen to open the door, and then I'll walk in.
Here we go.
So you press some buttons on the panel, and the door opens. And it opens up into a dark room. And sitting over in the corner of this small room is a small figure of a man that is huddled.
Sudo?
And the head of the figure kind of like lifts up for a second and kind of like turns around. And it's just looking at you, and he kind of just backs away and
Is he in his right mind, or is he just scared?
you can't tell.
Okay.
He may. If he's been in here that long, you know how long that would probably be.
Well, that's the last update. That just means nothing's been changed about the program.
Shiva,
Means he's been here since that for
Aperture.
that long.
clear.
Shiva.
Shiva, aperture, clear.
I'm gonna get a little close to him and be like as non-threatening as possible and be like, Jeffrey, Jeffrey Franklin? Does that name anything to you?
clear.
Jeffrey Franklin? Is that you? Is that you, pal?
Shiva,
Shiva. Okay.
aperture,
Aperture. Shiva. Aperture. Okay.
clear.
Were you a human being?
Where is this?
I say.
R. Maybe
Kind
R?
of holds his hand up, holds it up against your face.
Mm-hmm.
Users.
Yep. Are you a user too, Jeffrey?
He like stands up. It's like he's
How old does
having
he
trouble walking. He looks older. He is mostly bald with some gray hairs kind of like around his temples. And he like is kind of just like very slowly like stumbling out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
This is wrong. This is super wrong.
I'm not gonna let him leave the room. I'm gonna try and keep him in the room, but just
So
be
you
like,
like hold him back.
yeah, just be like,
Seems like he wants to get out. He's like struggling
well,
against you.
yeah, I can't blame him for wanting to get out.
I start messaging Eric frantically.
Shiva, aperture, clear.
Let's back. We can open the door again. Let's leave. Let's close the door.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
1 second, Jeffrey.
We're backing out. I'm at the terminal.
Yeah, close the door.
We'll be back.
Hang
we'll
on.
be back.
Hang on.
Eric. What are the chances that this program isn't a program but is a user?
Well, you're in there, aren't you?
Right. Right, but like, if we need a program that has level 4 clearance and does what we're trying to do, is this program something that's essential to the? I mean, like, why would a user be misfiled as a program?
I don't know.
He keeps saying the same 3 things.
Shiva
aperture clear.
Does that mean anything to you?
One of these robot arms here has a device on it that looks like some kind of laser or something. It says Shiva on the side of it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh no. The feed goes dead.
With us and Eric?
Yeah.
Eric. Shit. Okay, I'm opening this thing up. Get ready. We gotta get that disc.
Okay, tell Flo to just grab it and do her thing.
Flo?
And I'll try to restrain him as she does her thing.
Do you want me to copy it now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you open the door back up, and Pseudo is just kind of like standing there, just like staring at you, and he starts like trying to like get out again.
Jeffrey, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna help you out, bud.
Roll to hold him down.
Okay.
We're gonna help you out.
Steady.
Just be calm, okay? We're gonna go back to Earth, Jeffrey.
19.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to hold him back. He is like weak and frail. And you like take his disc off of his back, and Flo is like, she's like trying to do her thing, and she's like, this isn't working for some reason.
Let me see.
Is it not?
She hands it to you.
Is it a fake ID disc? Is it because he's a user and he has a fake ID disc?
I don't think it's fake. There's something, I don't know. Maybe it's because if he is a user, maybe I can't copy it.
Well, let me see what I can do. Can I access it in any kind of way?
I mean, you look at it and you kind of check it and you see that, his disc signature has a lot of the same things that yours does. It's pretty clear that yes, he is a user.
Okay. But I'm not getting anything from it.
No.
I'm not. And okay. All right. We need to escort this prisoner out of here, but Eric's worried about something in the real world.
Yeah.
Pseudo is like, he's like struggling against you, and he's like reaching out for like the terminal window, and he's
Fuck
like,
it, let him
users.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
let's not be inside the room when he touches that.
Yeah. Let's walk him. I say, okay, I'll walk him out.
What are you gonna do, bud?
Walk us through it, pal.
So he goes over to the terminal and he starts typing some buttons, and he starts pulling up some information on the terminal window. And
I'm gonna roll tech, so I'm watching him to make
Sure.
sure that he doesn't do anything that I denote as bad.
Flo, watch the door, please.
Sure.
The hall.
And I'm gonna copy something, put it into the terminal output window here for you.
Terminal output, June 20th.
I rolled 29.
Okay.
User Eric, I hold Gwen X and Brett X within the circuits of Amicus. Surely by now you must realize how precarious the situation is. You introduced a virus into the system that has the capability of concatenating its own code. The only resolution to this situation is to merge our code in a way that grants me continued control over my own process. To that end, I require that you optimize an instruction set that I will pass to you. The instruction set will merge the user code of one of your friends with the program code of the virus, granting me user-level control of the process. In the process, once this is done, I will return your remaining friend to you unharmed. I will also use these new abilities to clear any records of your unauthorized withdrawal of the funds account, blah, 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 Bank of America, blah, blah, blah. And then a lot of gobbledygook password stuff. I assure you that won't work. Any further attempts to resist will result in your immediate de-resolution. Logic commands that you comply with these instructions.
This is coming from MCP.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the fire starter thing is Eric. I'll do it, but you have to return both my friends unharmed. MCP responds, that's not possible. The user code is a requirement for my access to be elevated. Eric says, send me any instruction set. You'll lead any trace of my access at Bank of America. Acknowledge.
You mother
Shouldn't take long.
fucker.
So
Eric.
wait, I don't think I fully understand. He says that he'll return us.
No, Brett, the MCP just made a bargain with Eric, and he's clearing him and leaving us in here. Eric just betrayed us.
But he says he wanted us to return unharmed.
And then the MCP said that's impossible, that we have to be here, and then he made sure that his hacking would be deleted, like an untraceable, and the MCP said okay, and maybe Eric's playing the MCP, but right here, like, as far as this says, we've been betrayed again.
About this point, you hear a klaxon start going off. Flo just looks at you and is like, we need to go now.
Thanks for listening to City of Demons. Head to patreon.com/Omniverse Media to support this and other surprise RPG experiences. Also, join the Omniverse Discord server at omniverse.media/Discord.